Retro Plays, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Kareem, Otzi, Goodnight Gaming. Welcome, guys. Give me a second here, because I think I just posted the link, and then, oops, and it was the wrong thumbnail, so we'll see if that actually updates soon. Welcome, guys. Welcome back to the stream. Otzi, have I already got the Treecko? I have not. Yeah, I'm trying to see. It should be changed. Yeah. Give me a second. Alright, it should set in a minute or two. Welcome back, Clorox, Brody Fisher. Welcome to the stream, guys. Next gamer join. Alright, guys, so it looks like we're good. Kodo Black, Nightcore Multiverse, Cyan Noibat Plays. Yeah, we are still going for this Treecko. We haven't gotten either the Treecko or Charmander, but like I said, Leaf Green, yeah, no, see, here's the thing. Basically, the stream remembers what I did last time. Thank you for pointing that out. It should update in a second. Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry about the little tiny oopses. It is a Treecko Hunt Smooth Moves. I'm sorry. I started the stream a little bit prematurely, and we are alternating between the two, so I have to remember every time I start the stream now to change everything back. X-Rider, welcome back to the stream. Logan Avola, welcome to the stream. Grungy Games, what's up, man? Alright, guys, we're really close to 7,000. We were going to get there last time we did this 2 days ago, but internet decided no. So, we'll get there pretty quickly. Amanda Wise, called Charmander Hunt. It should have updated soon, or it should update soon if it has not already. I apologize for that, essentially. What happened is, it was a Charmander Hunt, you know, last night. And when I changed the assets back, I changed the description, but I forgot to change the title and the thumbnail. So that's what happened. It should change fairly soon. And Michael Fernandez, welcome back to the stream. Yeah, so you guys, let me know if it's updated, guys. Because basically, I feel really awkward about that. But we're gonna keep going here. Yeah, I'm gonna try and just delete this link in another Discord I posted soon. And try to see. I don't know, it's still showing up as a Charmander Hunt when I post the link, so I don't know. Maybe it's cookies or something. Alright, Cyan Noibat. If it pops up at 7,001, it will be Sprite. Creeper Gamer, did you miss anything? You have missed me awkwardly trying to fix the fact that the stream still said Charmander when I was hunting for a Treecko. But yeah, no, we haven't done much. We just got started here a couple minutes ago. Anybody know how to get the Eon ticket now that the event is 2 years expired? I don't know. Well, no, isn't it basically passed through Street Pass now, or is that the way the event worked? Because I know I got the Eon ticket without ever doing an event. Because I think it was a thing where basically what happened was people who got it during the event got it, but then anyone that they passed with Street Pass, they were able to get it too. Let's get Lizard. I should just call this like a shiny lizard hunt, that way I'm safe and I can never mess it up. Yeah, so hopefully it looks right now, guys. If the description's still messed up, let me know. It hasn't changed yet. I don't know how I can force that change. Maybe if I just like force the thumbnail to update again? I don't know. This is awkward if it's not actually changing. 7123, Melio, alright, Queen. Yeah, so 69.99 wasn't shiny. Yeah, so this will be awkward if it does not update. It should update pretty quickly. But Treecko is a gecko. It is. Geckos are lizards, though. Are they not? 7,000. We are on number 7,000, guys. 7,000 hype right now. If this is shiny, that would be amazing. It would also be kind of funny because I would have to go through Treecko, setting up Treecko, and then immediately switch all the assets back to Charmander. But I'd be okay with that if it meant we got a shiny. So let's see, guys. Is 7,000 a shiny? Man, it is not. But we are going to get going here. Reset the save real quick. Hopefully by the time that's done, everything's good and updated. Furry Fur, welcome back to the stream, man. Have I played any NES or SNES games? I've played Super Mario World. I haven't played a lot of the older retro games in terms of home consoles. Solar eclipse, yes, moves. There was a solar eclipse today. I think here at least it just ended, so like completely ended. I unfortunately didn't have any glasses, and I was actually in class during like the peak of the eclipse here because it only got up to about 90%. He would give up. Honestly, I would have given up a while ago if it wasn't for the stream, to be completely honest. At least I've taken a break. You won't actually be able to join until 5:30? That is completely fine, Pokemaster. We all have things we have to do. I didn't even start the stream until a couple minutes after myself. Oh, 8192 and name it on odds. That'd be pretty cool. That would actually be pretty freaking awesome if we got it on the odds. Still here? Welcome back, Lucario Games. Yeah, we are still hunting for this Treecko. Hopefully the stream is saying so as well. If it says otherwise, try refreshing the page. If that doesn't fix it, let me know. You put on 4 glasses and it worked. I guess, yeah, I mean, one of my friends had a pair, like, my university was giving out a bunch. I knew I would be in class, so it wasn't really worth getting them. And, like, there was a cloud in front of it the entire time. It was like shade until I got to class, which was kind of upsetting, but, you know, I'll see pictures of it later. It was cool seeing shadows on the ground, though. Like, when I was walking around, it wasn't, like, peak or anything, but you could see shadows through the trees of, like, crescent shapes and all the shadows because it was, you know, an eclipse. That was pretty cool. Who do I prefer? Did you ask me something? I don't know what you are referring to, Next Gamer. There's an eclipse today. The only eclipse you saw was your eclipse gum pack on your bed. Lol. Rip. Yeah, no, basically, I was in the student center when it started at my campus, and I walked over to go to my next class, and I decided, you know, I'll look up, because pretty much, you know, the rules of, like, don't look at the sun, at an eclipse, you'll go blind, is the same exact rules as don't look at the sun, you'll go blind. Basically, it's just during an eclipse, it's more likely that someone's going to be staring at the sun, thinking it's really cool. So I looked up for, like, a second to see it, and, yeah, it was like looking at the sun. But, I saw a glimpse of it, but for the most part it was pretty cloudy. It was kind of cool sitting in class and seeing it get, like, not, like, super dark, but, like the sun was setting levels kind of dark, which is pretty neat. On my Discord, you put a link to the new and improved Team Pun Discord. Alright, as long as you put in, like, a... I don't know what server you would have put that in. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I'll admit, I haven't checked the Discord much today because I've been pretty busy with school. You have glasses to see the eclipse, glasses on top, and the teacher thought you were smart. And I was like, oh, yeah, because, like, a lot of people will take off their glasses to put on the eclipse glasses on. Yeah, just put them over. But I was able to try on, like, my friend's pair of eclipse glasses, like those little cardboard ones. And yeah, sitting in a room, even with, like, bright lights, like fluorescent light bulbs, and staring at it was pitch black. It's like, they only let, like, 1% of light through, if that, which is pretty insanely dark. Did I find a shiny Zigzagoon while hunting Treecko? I have not, Creeper Gamer. If I did, I would not be doing these resets right here, because these are specifically because I haven't seen any kind of shiny. As soon as I see at least a basic shiny, you know, basic shiny, as soon as I see any shiny, be it Treecko, obviously if it's Treecko I'm not going to do this, but if it's Zigzagoon, it also means I don't have to do this anymore. It'll actually mean that we're really close to getting the Treecko, so yeah, as soon as I see any of them, I will no longer be returning to the start screen of the game. If you're blind, did you look at the sun, James? You had glasses that had... Champion Cyan, welcome to the stream. How did you see the keyword? Maybe he's using, like, talk to text or something. You know, they make software for that. This should be a top 10 saddest anime death. That would be if we reset over it. Maybe to trick the RNG, name it Shiny Zigzagoon hunting. I feel like I feel like we could do that if we got a bunch of Shiny Zigzagoons and the game was like, haha, we're not going to give you the Treecko, but we're just going to taunt you. So then you switch it up. But you got to wait until it's at least able to give you any kind of Shiny. What if I just like hunted for a normal Treecko though? You're in Croatia and never saw the eclipse. That stinks. Yeah, I mean, I didn't look at many maps. I looked at ones for North America because those are the ones that are relevant to me. But I mean, there are maps of like when like all of the solar eclipses for the next like century are happening. And like you can look them up and see when one would be near you. But yeah, this one was like all of North America, but it was only North America. What's my favorite ground type? Interesting question. I'll admit I have an issue distinguishing between rock and ground generally. Like I always mix the two up when I think about moves and stuff. I feel like if I say one, I'm going to say one that's rock type, and I'm going to seem really dumb. Oh man, that is a tough one to think about, because I don't think... That's like a typing that I don't really think about much. Yeah, please be careful with the spam, guys. It floods the chat and it makes it harder for people who are actually trying to talk. Thank you, Mini Boss. I appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully we can get this tonight or get Charmander tomorrow. It's still it was still weird. It was really weird yesterday. Trying Charmander and having the encounters reset again. Like, it's been so long since we had even like triple digits. It felt really weird. You live in Delaware. Oh, excuse me, I burped. Did it drop? Oh no. It looks like it's back. I'm not sure. You live in Delaware, and we have 55%. And your first time seeing an eclipse went bad. Oh, why did it go bad? Because, I mean, unfortunately what happens is, a lot of people do end up in a situation where it's like cloudy the whole time, or they can't see it. But it really stinks when it's like total eclipse and that happens, because like that's super rare. But yeah, 55% is not bad. It's kind of cool. I think I saw my little glimpse of it when it was at like 20% or something. Your favorite ground type is Glysaur. Okay. You stared in the eclipse for 10 minutes a day, now you're home, and love looking at your window, staring into a wall. It was weird how many little tiny things that normally would be just like something the sun did were not just that. Because I think when I looked up, I kind of glanced up at it, and I saw it, but it immediately all went white, like right there, and I think it was because I was technically looking through a cloud at it. But then there was another time where I was like looking at my phone, and is the stream really still like crappy? Oh man, I'm sorry guys if it's dipping. But like I was looking at my phone and like a little bit of like the reflection of the sun hit it and bounced in my eyes. You know how that happens and like it leaves a spot there for a second? That spot was like actually shaped like a crescent, which is actually kind of cool. Oh, welcome back, Wizard 1725. You forgot what Pokemon are ground types. Same. Like I can't think of it right now. I'm thinking Pokemon. I'm like, wait, are those rock or are those ground types? And I just really like that one's a little bit close in terms of typing for me. In Tennessee, you see 99.91210%. You think, and someone at your church just left Tennessee yesterday. Dang, yeah, no, my college is a little bit further away from the eclipse than my house is, so technically it would have been cooler to have been home and seen it. But it was still pretty cool. It wasn't like total eclipse, like I say, or anything. I think we got to maybe 90% here. The stream is not like staying down. It is just constantly dipping a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. We've had it at least to the point where it was like on or off for the past few days. I was hoping that it would at least stay like that. It was rainy today. Oh no, Lucario. Yeah, that really puts a damper on things. Wait, like I was saying, it wasn't totality here or anything, but it was enough that it got noticeably darker outside for about like 20 minutes. It was kind of funny though. I was sitting in class. It's still this day. It's first day of class, so we weren't really doing too much. And I was in Japanese at the time, and basically my partner and I had like done a little introductory thing that we have to do every semester for Japanese, and I look out the window and it was like fairly dark outside, so I was kind of like, oh, and looked, and like my partner looked over too, and then our professor was like, oh no, are we missing it? Do you guys want to go see? And like all of us are kind of like, we don't have glasses, like, we can't really go see it, but it was still cool how like my professor was even excited about it. Will I play Splatoon 2 with fans figure gaming? It's a possibility. I would want, if I do anything like with fans and stuff, I'd want to do it on stream. And I have been looking into it for a little while, like pretty much since I got my Switch. Getting a HDMI capture card, like an Elgato or something, just to capture Switch footage, which would be pretty fun. Do some Splatoon stuff, maybe Breath of the Wild. Can't be here very long, so you have band practice today, but hey, well, what's up, Vinilux? I am glad you were able to make it for a little bit, even if you have to go. It's always cool to see you guys stop by. You should use Ghastly and Deoxys in Photoshop. You want me to send you the picture in Discord? You can post it in the Discord if you want, Grenji. Almost all of your favorite YouTubers are streaming. Choices, Android. Just know your decision will be remembered forever. I'm kidding. You are from Brazil. Well, welcome, Antonio. Welcome to the stream. Mr. Mime and Torpedo Fusion. I wonder what that looks like. Alright, see you later, Smooth Moves. Glad to see you stop by. You like the channel? Thank you, Antonio. I appreciate it. It's always good hearing that people are enjoying this. Beagle puppies are so cute. They are, CZ. Agreed. All puppies are pretty cute, if I do say so myself. Yeah, we are at 7,008 encounters. It is crazy, Soul the Umbreon. Much different from that Charmander hunt we started yesterday, which is just barely past 150. You got a shiny Apom? Nice, the Wizard. That's pretty awesome. Feeling the shiny Treecko this stream? Well, welcome to the stream, Zelor. I am feeling it as well. Hopefully we can get it before encounter 8,192. If we can do that, we have beat the odds. By definition, we have beat the odds if we get it before, like, basically 8,200. That is a lot. Agreed, Solely Umbreon. It is quite a lot. It is about 20. This is the 26th stream for Treecko. It's kind of crazy right now. Do I watch A-Drive? I don't watch his streams. I don't go on Twitch too much, but I do occasionally see some of the highlights he posts on YouTube. I don't subscribe to him or anything, but you know, if I'm like browsing around YouTube, I may eventually end up on his videos and watch some of them. Did any of us see the solar eclipse? A few of us have been talking about it. I don't think anyone here was actually like in totality watching or anything. It was pretty cool. Like I was in about the 90% range, and I didn't get to see that much of it. I got a glimpse of it around like 20-25%, but that was about it. Dylan Turner, welcome to the stream. What would I do if I got the Treecko and then your save file corrupted? That would be devastating. I don't even want to think about that. That one's almost like out of my control. Way more so than like soft resetting over it. Like if it's me being an idiot, it's me being an idiot. But if it's like the save actually breaking, that's not fun to think about. Espeon curls in the ball. Ooh. Yeah, we've been going for a while now. We're at 7,012. This is kind of crazy. Do I prefer Vanillite or Kling Klang? I really don't know. Those are both kind of Pokemon that fall into that weird category for me of like, not artificial enough to be robotic, but I guess Kling Klang a little bit, but it's still just floating gears. But they're not natural Pokemon, but they're not like really artificial Pokemon, you know? Because like something that's more robotic, I can almost see being like a robot Pokemon or whatnot, but like so those just feel like inanimate objects to me a little bit. Isn't this one now? Awesome, Grenji. I will definitely have to check it out later. You got 95%. That is awesome, Vanillux. You've seen it. Great, Umbreon. That's actually... I really wish I could have seen totality, but, you know... It would have been really crowded to get there, and it would have meant I missed, like, the first day of classes to get into the path of totality. Which, honestly, not really too worth it, unless... If I lived in the path of totality, then maybe it'd be different, but... You know, for the fact that it was basically a change between, like, 95 and 90%, it wasn't it wasn't too terribly big of a deal to me. You found out today that Aster means stars. Yeah, it does. That's actually like where astro and catastrophic actually comes from that too. Disaster, also stars. It was your only chance to see the eclipse. Oh, no you didn't. I mean, you really can't do anything about the weather. And it's not your only chance. There's a... It's going to be a while, but there will be several more eclipses in the US and North America for sure. X-Rider 9, what is my favorite? Ultra Beast? That's a good one. Maybe Guzzlord, I'm not sure. Yeah, there is another one in 2024. Yeah, there's... If you just look up, like, future solar eclipses, they have them listed for the next, like, century at least. It started to get dark and people started to scream. Oh. Yeah, no, there wasn't anything too crazy around here. There was a bunch of people... There was a bunch of people crowded on the green space around campus, but there wasn't too much in terms of, like, excitement aside from that, because it was fairly cloudy when it started, and, you know, like, most of it was during the middle of a class period. It wasn't, like, really a class change time or anything, so a lot of the people that were on campus were in class. In 2024, you'll be out of high school by then. I mean, yeah, that way, that's actually probably a good thing. It means a little bit more freedom for it. If you want to, like, actually book a hotel or something and go out to where it is, if you're not already on the path. Yeah, you get another chance to see it. It's not like a once-in-a-lifetime thing, but it is a fairly rare thing to have happen in a, like, certain area. They happen a lot of the time, I think, but most of the time they're, like, completely partial, and... Like, they're actually fairly common, but most of the time they're partial, and because just the way probability works, most of them happen over an ocean. Well, what is up, Proud Poet? Welcome to the stream. They pulled us out of class to watch the eclipse. That's pretty cool. Can trade me a shiny Pidgey? Thanks for the offer. People have offered me shinies in the past, but personally I feel more inclined to catch them myself if I want shinies, just because that way when I have them, they're like, you know, they're mine. And there's like a story behind it that I have and that I experienced, that type of thing. Filippo C, welcome back to the stream, man. Ben McCarley, welcome to the stream. You're in 5th grade, and people are still not mature. It takes a while. It does take a while, and it's going to be different people stay not mature for longer. Hope I get the shiny. Thank you, Ben. I hope we get it as well. It has, as you can see below the screen, taken a little bit of time as it stands, you know. This is like the 26th stream for it, which is a little bit crazy. You were looking up and your eyes hurt, and then you instantly put on the glasses because you forgot about them. Yeah, it's a good thing to have those glasses, you know. Looking at the sun in general is not the most safe thing to do, especially when it's something where you want to look and stare at it. Chef Sloth, welcome to the stream. You're a sophomore in high school and people are still not mature. Yeah, exactly, you know. There are probably some people that are, but some people are more than others. That's just how life is. You're in 7th grade, and everyone's a nerd. Everyone's a nerd everywhere. I'm in college, and everyone's a nerd. Have I ever gotten any silver or gold medals at the Battle Frontier in Emerald? I haven't, X-Rider. I haven't actually done any Battle Frontier stuff. Because last time I really played Emerald was when I was much younger, in terms of like actually beating the game. And back then I wasn't as interested in endgame stuff, so I never really messed around with Battle Frontier. College maturity is a myth. Exactly. Professors are just slightly smarter, less mature people. Walmart, nothing changed. Yeah. I mean, real world, nothing really changed. What if there was a heart silver and like a soul gold? It's just names. It would have probably been the same game. You think Leaf Blade's animation in Ruby Sapphire Emerald is cooler than other gens? I'll have to like see what it is then. What is up with the Treecko? You came when I started the encounter. Yeah, like, it's pretty rough. It'll take a little while for us to get it. You know, obviously it's taken a while so far. Hopefully we can get it this stream. That would be super hype. Do I still play Pokemon Sun and Moon? Yes, I do. I play it a lot still. I am, even off streams, I'm a pretty big shiny hunter, and I have about 850 hours in Pokemon Sun. I haven't played it much as of really recently because, yeah, when I play Pokemon, it's been more on stream, and I had a really busy summer with my internship and the stream and just general life things. So, as weird as it sounds, me being back at school gives me a bit more time to play video games, just because of the way scheduling works out. You got a shiny Turtwig on 2035. Awesome, J-Lord. That is pretty lucky right there, my friend. Alright, see you in a bit, next gamer. Will I ever get use on when they come out? I will. I will definitely be picking up at least Ultra Sun on release night, and probably Ultra Moon around Christmas if I don't get it at release as well. Ernad, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so, like, I don't know if it really matters that much, but I did start the stream, like, I think 2 minutes later than normal, but that was because I had a phone call I had to take, just so if anyone was curious as to why. Normally, I've been pretty good about starting the streams exactly on, like, the time I'm supposed to, but today it was a little bit off. Well, what is up, Blaze Games? Welcome back to the stream. What do you call a low-fat Pokemon? Butter-free. Ah, shows them out the door. Just joining in with the Pokepuns, all the people who make them. You want to see me get the shiny Treecko, so don't quit. I am not going to quit, J-Lord. I have just started, I don't know if you noticed yesterday, I did take a little bit of a break and switch up the hunt into a Charmander instead. And basically that's what's going to happen from now on, is I'm going to alternate between Charmander and Treecko each stream. Just because Treecko's taken so long, that we kind of needed something to freshen things up, you know? Because it was getting a little bit monotonous, essentially. Raxus, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I don't know how to like make that T to X sound. Welcome to the stream. I have a whole group of friends at school you have a whole group of friends at school who are nerds, and you talk about Pokemon and other nerdy stuff. That is great, Vanillix. Always having those friends that have the same interests. I have that same group at college where I talk to them fairly regularly. You love Treecko? I do as well. Treecko is my favorite starter from Hoenn. You have 8 shinies in all your games. That's pretty good, actually, you know? Shinies are pretty rare, especially having more than one. And it takes a lot of work to get takes a lot of work for each of them. Universo Perdo, welcome to the stream. 7122. Alright, Filippo, we will see. We will see. You're guessing 7,032. Alright. 4 moves I will keep for Sceptile. I do not know, JT. I'm like really, really bad when it comes to competitive play, so we may just see me pick the most high damaging attack moves and call it good, to be completely honest. Did I quit Charmander? I did not. I did not quit Charmander. I did also not catch it. It was kind of funny yesterday seeing all the people tuning in and being like, "Did you catch Treecko? Did you finally get Treecko?" When in reality, unfortunately, I hadn't. I just, moved on to something else to mix things up. Don't quit, even if it kills my Game Boy. Yeah, we are not going to quit. Thankfully, I'm not playing on a Game Boy, so it can't break it. Not so thankfully, I am playing on a friend's GameCube and not my own, so if it breaks, I owe my friend some money and an explanation for how I broke a GameCube, which is a pretty Herculean feat in itself. You like Mudkips? A lot of chat for a while has really liked Mudkips. There was one stream where they tried to basically overthrow me with my mods joining in as well. What will I do if I get the shiny Treecko and Zigzagoon is shiny too? Well, I'll have to KO the Zigzagoon because nothing I can do about that, and I'm not going to soft reset to avoid hurting the shiny just because Treecko's shiny. Also, because that would mean every time that I encountered a shiny Treecko, I would encounter a shiny Zigzagoon, so there'd be no way around it. You got 20 shinies in Sapphire, but your shiny Ralts is OP. Awesome, man. I want a shiny Ralts pretty badly. I need to hunt for one. I just, can't do that in Sun and Moon unless I trade one up and use breeding. But I want to, like, actually hunt for it. Do I like spicy foods? You do? I like fairly spicy foods. I'm not a really big spice person. Like, I'll go for, like, medium to a little bit above medium spice when I eat things. You're from Brazil? That is awesome. There are a lot of people that are actually tuning into these streams from Brazil. Treecko is... Agreed. Agreed. Who loves Charizard? I'm more of a Blastoise fan personally, but Charizard is pretty cool. How does the sun cut his hair? Eclipse it. A relevant puns. Who likes Mudkips and Treecko? I like both. I just like Treecko a little bit more. Really annoyed by that. That's pretty impressive. I don't think I could ever handle that kind of spice. Mr. Krabs? What about Mr. Krabs? I don't like Torchic. It's not that I don't like Torchic, it's just, I tend to like water and grass starters more. Mostly just because I'm more of a design than, like, ability and competitive person, so... For me, it's all about the aesthetic, and personally, I am more of a fan of the blues and greens than I am of the reds, so... That is why, like, Torchic's still great, and... People have joked, like, what if I accidentally misclick and, like, accidentally click... Instead of clicking left to go to Treecko, I just opened up Torchic's menu and clicked on Torchic. And my response has been, I honestly would not mind. To be completely honest, I really wouldn't mind too much. Blaziken is still a pretty cool Pokemon at the end of the day. And to have any of them as shinies is good enough. Nuno Bastos, welcome back to the stream. Charizard's Gen 1 sprite looks a little funny. That's pretty much the case with a lot of the Gen 1 sprites. It was just a limitation of the system. And to make enough unique sprites at that resolution is pretty hard. Well, Ian, you're going to research the whole Eon ticket thing a bit. Alright. Hopefully you can figure out how to get it. If you're doing it in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, then I believe Street Pass is how you can get it. Just walk around with Street Pass on for a little bit. You got $20 today. Should you buy Pokken Tournament DX, or save for Gold and Silver, or save for Ultra Sun Ultra Moon? It depends on what you want, Vanillix. Like, if you really like Pokken, then you go for Pokken. If you really want the Virtual Console games, save for those. It's really up to you. Personally, I'm not sure when I would get Pokken. I feel like I'm going to get it at some point, but I'm not a big fighting game person, so it is not my personal priority. My priority in all of that would most likely be getting Ultra Sun Ultra Moon. Shows both Charizard Megas. I thought orange was the new black. Wizard, welcome back. When did I make my channel? Tristan, I made the channel like 3 years ago or something. A little more than that, actually, I believe. But that was back when I literally made it just so I could subscribe to other channels. I had no intention of ever making videos on it or anything. But I started streaming at the end of June, so about 2 months ago I started actually using the channel to post stuff. Golbat was the best, weirdest Gen 1 sprite. Really? Yeah, I guess it was kind of weird. It always has been a little bit weird, just because of the nature of the way Golbat looks is just weird. But yeah, like... Gen 1, just, all the sprites look really weird, especially when you go back to looking at them. They probably weren't too awkward when you looked at them for the first time, but now that you have a comparison with a lot higher res of what, Game Freak envisioned that Pokemon looking like, now you're like, that's how they tried to get that across? It just looks kind of weird, probably. Any shiny Zigzagoons yet? If so, why? No shiny Zigzagoons yet. Actually, unfortunately, Emerald is the one time where getting some shiny Zigzagoons, some uncatchable shinies, is actually not bad. Mr. Teddy YT, welcome back to the stream. You would love the shiny hunt on Gold and Silver again, like you used to on your old Game Boy Color. That would be pretty fun. I want to pick those up at some point. Probably not immediately, like as soon as they come out or anything, but relatively quickly. So who likes Treecko? Personally, I do like Treecko. Yeah, joined May 24th, 2014. So a little over 3 years ago, I made this account. Like I said, it wasn't made to be anything big or like to do anything like this at all. It was literally just made for me to subscribe to some channels. I late? You late? I mean, you made it in the first 35 minutes, so about 25% of the stream's gone by, pretty much. Am I ever going to try to catch a shiny Feebas, my low-tick in Pokemon Emerald? I don't hate myself, so no. That hunt is a little excessive, even for me, even after going 60 hours for this. That's just... It's a little bit excessive because it's already hard enough to get a Feebas, and then to, on top of that, get it as a shiny. Maybe if I can find out that, like, my game is magical and has, like, really good RNG specifically for Feebas, maybe. But until that point, when I know that, I'm not gonna try. Oh, excuse me, guys. The Treecko line can learn False Swipe. It can. That was a real help in my playthrough of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire when my Sceptile was way over-leveled and I needed to actually catch some Pokemon. You like Mudkips. I also like Mudkips Umbreon. Charmeleon Sprite is weird. Charmeleon, yeah, I feel like that's a mixture of, like I said earlier, Gen 1 just having some awkward sprites on top of just general, what am I trying to say? Just general middle evolution awkwardness. You're back from the internet? Well, welcome back, Android Play. Sprites in battle are much, much worse. Yeah, like, sprites just in general are kind of weird. Or, I guess, if we're talking Gen 1 still, yeah. 7,046 encounters, that is a lot. About 58 hours of pure time. It is a little bit more than 58 hours, I want to say right now. Like, it's about... Granted, that is because we've been doing save resets. If we were just doing straight encounters, it probably would be about 58 hours. But every 50 encounters, we have to completely reset the game, start from scratch, and basically start a new game and get up to this point. So it adds a bit of time, and these streams have actually been going for over almost 70 hours now. Granted, I'm not going at like the absolute quickest I could be going, talking and kind of pausing and stuff. That obviously I'm guilty of that because that's kind of the point of the live stream, is to talk to people. So it is not the most efficient I could be doing this for sure, but it is a little bit more than 58 hours, I would say, which it's just kind of insane. You are a nerd. I am a nerd as well, Vanillix. Good thing one can chain fish Feebas in ORAS, and yeah, you can actually SOS chain for it in Pokemon Sun as well. It's like a 20%. It's either a 1% or a 5% encounter chance, depending on what kind of, if the fishing spot is bubbling or not. In the one spot you can catch it in Sun, and then from there it's just a normal SOS chain. You're wondering if you took someone's Pokemon, put it through a trading machine, whose owner would it show? Are you trying to say like whose owner would it show? It would still show the original trainer. Like, that's embedded in the Pokemon. Reggie stands in a cave. It is made of ice. Is the cave made of flesh, or is he made of cave? He screams internally for he does not know. You say that, and I immediately think of the Cyanide and Happiness comic with the gingerbread man. Is Treecko my favorite shiny? It is not Treecko. My favorite shiny is actually Milotic. Yeah, because like Milotic was such a cool Pokemon, even back in Gen 3, just, you know, because how rare it was and how cool it looked. And then when I found out what its shiny looked like, and it was like that blue, the kind of like blue hair with the gold tail, I was like, yes, I need this now. And so I immediately went, and that was the next thing I hunted for in my copy of Sun, was a Feebas, so I could have a Milotic. Have I ever watched any detective shows? Like, if we're talking like Bones and CSI and stuff, I have watched Bones, and I used to watch NCIS, but I'd never watched, like, past season 1 of NCIS, I don't think. it got like too in-depth and drama-y too quickly for me, but I have watched all of the Bones available on Netflix, which is through like season 11. So Werelord and Skitty can have an egg. Yeah, egg groups are weird. It used to take almost your whole day to shiny hunt Ho-Oh on your original copy of Gold. You finally got it after 10,000 encounters. That is crazy, Vanillux. Oh, I haven't clicked A on that ever. Whoops. Fat Guy 703 got a shiny Rowlet in his first playthrough. Really, Ryan? That's pretty impressive. Pretty lucky. I wish that in all the new games you could see if they were shiny before they popped up. Like, that would be ideal. If I could make a Pokemon, what would it be? I don't know. I could always go for more cute bird Pokemon, to be completely honest. Just make a Rowlet of every different typing, and I'm set. You're so sorry, Ian. You're here. Can I change the schedule to 6 to 8 instead? Pokemaster, unfortunately, I can't change the schedule. I'm sorry about that. This is just how it works with school for me. Jackster101XD, thank you for the sub. Yeah, so personally, like, it just works better for me to do the schedule this way. And I'm sorry. I know it means that you can't catch all the streams. It works a lot better for people I know who watch from Europe and stuff. This is your favorite channel? I love hearing that kind of stuff, The Wizard. That really means a lot to me. Good luck. Thank you, Vanillux. I appreciate it. Your shiny Cyndaquil in Crystal popped out at 8192 soft resets. That is like so cool to be able to like have like it's a full odds shiny that came out on the full odds. Like that's pretty awesome actually. If you understand correctly, you need to start over from time to time because Emerald has broken RNG, which doesn't randomize seed on soft reset. Is that correct? It is correct. That is exactly what we are doing right now, is resetting this save because exactly that. Essentially, the trainer ID is what we have to change because the seed never does. And you change the trainer ID by resetting the save entirely instead of just soft resetting. So yeah, that's what we are doing. The best Pokemon ever. Wait, Magikarp. Nah, Bidoof. You gotta, like, that's the best fish Pokemon by far, but, Bidoof. It's lagging, do you reload? Try reloading, The Wizard. Hopefully, like, it might seem it, but hopefully it's on your end, because I know I've been having some issues, and if it's on my end, then unfortunately it's happening for everyone. But if it's on your end, then it is just an unfortunate issue for you, and it means the stream is working okay. Miss Rhyme can be female, yeah. After you leave, you probably won't be back till 8:30, so you'll be here for a few more minutes, then you have to go. Alright, Vanillux, you know, I'm always glad that you guys can stop by, even when you have some other things going on. I always understand when you guys can't make it, though. You know, I have things that go on in my life, that's why I can't stream on, like, Tuesdays and stuff. So I understand, guys. And we will see you soon. Exactly, Wizard. It is always nice seeing you in chat, Vanillux. But the stream will be over by then. It is unfortunate, I know. Yeah, I know I stream a little bit earlier now, and it kind of messes with some of the people who joined in back before the schedule changed. But yeah, it's just the way my schedule changed, this works a lot better for me, because I have stuff I have to do later on at night now. Do I have a Mewtwo? I do not, Diego. I have never actually caught a Mewtwo. I do have a Leaf Green, so I'm going to try to at some point. That would actually be a pretty fun shiny hunt, I think. We would just have to get that far in the game, which requires getting like a shiny Charmander before that, at the very least. Marshadow GX, you got it in a Burning Shadows pack. Nice, Pokemaster. That's pretty cool. 2 years ago in Pokemon X, you completed the National Dex. Awesome, The Wizard. I have never completed a National Dex. I've just completed the Alola Dex. Because I wasn't ever like super adamantly into collecting Pokemon until ORAS, and then I only had Alpha Sapphire, so it was pretty much impossible for me to do it myself. But now I have all the Gen 6 games, and I want to go for an entire National Dex, like, single-handedly. But I would want to do that so badly on stream, because that would be insanely fun, I think. To be able to hunt for every single shiny I do on stream. So we could, like, kind of experience that whole we could experience getting a National Dex together. Which is why I want to get a 3DS cap card so bad. Need a shiny Phantom with Harvest? Oh, are you trying to do the way of not having to chain, or not having to switch the chain in SOS? I haven't looked too much into that because personally, I do fine by counting to 10. Do I play Minecraft? I haven't recently, but I used to play it a lot more. Why did I not put my head in the capture box like you asked last time? I mean, that would actually be a lot of work to do. Because what this is my webcam is actually behind the layout. So I'm going to see if I can move it without it destroying everything. It's going to mess up things a little bit. But yeah, like when I move my face, it moves out of capture entirely. So what I have to do is, so I'd have to cut a hole in the previous capture thing if I was going to do that, unfortunately. Yeah, so that's just the way it is. I unfortunately can't do that. I was kind of joking around when I mentioned that before. Hello and bye. You are in town right now. Well, thank you for stopping by, Kitty Gamer. I'm glad to see you. Under 7,100 shiny. Hopefully Alan. That would be pretty awesome. Zach Morales, welcome to the stream. The Wizard, how many shinies do I have? I have about 95 shinies in my copy of Pokemon Sun. Because I'm going for a living shiny dex in Sun. I may be doing that one more myself. Even if I get a 3DS cap card, I feel like I'm too far into that one to really kind of do that with everyone on stream, because it'd be like, oh, let's start this, but by the way, I'm a third of the way done. So I feel like if we did a like national dex attempt or anything, we would do that in Gen 6. Diego, where do I live? I live in the U.S. I live on the east coast of the U.S., and that's about as specific as I get normally. Considering completing a Hoenn dex, so you can do Masuda method for Shiny Totodile. You don't need to complete the Hoenn dex. You don't have to complete any dex to do Masuda method. You just have to. Well, I guess if you want the Shiny Charm as well, yes, but you don't. You just need a different region, like region on Earth Pokemon, like a Japanese or something. Do I turn my DS off when I'm not hunting, or do I let it stay on? When I'm hunting on my 3DS in Sun, I leave it on generally because most of the time what happens is I'm always in a hunt pretty much. The only time that I really could turn it off is when I'm breeding for Pokemon. Like I'm doing a Cranidos right now, so I have to breed for that. I could turn it off, but it's really not worth turning it off. Because, you know, I'm near enough to a charger that if it starts blinking, I can plug it in. But most of the time, I'm in an SOS chain, so I cannot turn off the 3DS or I lose everything. Do I have a shiny type? No, I don't, Ryan. I need to get one, and my plan for that is I have a copy of Moon, and I'm going to use that to soft reset in for Type Null. Oh, you're back. Well, welcome back, K-Gamer. What was my first shiny? My first shiny was a Ditto in Pokemon Sun, actually. I wanted to hunt for a shiny Rowlet, so by breeding for it, and I figured in my head, like, oh, if I use a shiny parent, it'll be more likely to have a shiny offspring, which isn't the case. It hasn't been the case since Gen 2. But I didn't do any research into that. I did all my research into how to find a Ditto, into how to, like, SOS chain for a shiny Ditto. And then when I finally got it, I, like, looked up, oh, does a shiny have a more likely chance of breeding a shiny? And it was like, no, not at all. Masuda method, though. So I ended up booting my copy of Moon into Japanese and playing until I could get to Mount Hokulani and get a Ditto. Your first shiny was shiny Ho-Oh on your gold cartridge. That's pretty awesome, Vanillix. You can't stay today, but came to say hi and good luck. Well, thank you, Amit. I'm sorry you can't stay, but I'm glad you were able to stop by for a little bit. Your first one was I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. I know what it is. I know it's an actual Pokemon. I just can't pronounce it. I flub words that I'm not familiar with pretty badly. What are my thoughts on shiny locks? I don't like them. I'll be honest. As a shiny hunter, I don't like them. Because, you know, in general it means, oh, they'll just, like, release it as an event shiny later. But I would prefer to be able to hunt for it, have fun hunting for it, A, and B, have my trainer ID as the original trainer. Like, that would be so much nicer. You know, release it as an event so that some people can still get it as an event later on, you know. If people who don't want to actually do the shiny hunt sit here for thousands upon thousands of resets, let them get it. But, like, let me be able to hunt for it how I want to hunt for it, you know. You hate shiny locks? Agreed, Felipe, but yeah, like, it just... I kind of get them in a way for things like Poochyena and Zigzagoon in Oras and stuff like that. Like, Diego and Ayana Villa Senor, thank you for the sub. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Like I said, I am pretty bad at pronouncing things that, like, I am not, like, truly familiar with. But yeah, so, and even then, it's more of a motivational thing than anything. Because the stats could be a point where it would have been shiny, you know? But the RNG is just designed not to let it be shiny. Alright, see you later, Ernad. Thanks for tuning into the stream. The world record is 20,000 for a Natu. Yeah, that Natu is insane. But hopefully we don't have to go that far. That would be really nice if we didn't have to do that. Your first shiny was a Gyarados on Soul Silver. Nice kitty games. Yeah, that's a... I haven't gotten the red Gyarados from Johto because I haven't played Johto, unfortunately. Tell the stream about my robotics accomplishments. Such as a finite... Oh, you found that stuff, really? Yeah, so I used to do competitive robotics in high school. And that's kind of where I am leaning more towards working with that Rowlet and stuff. Is kind of getting back into the mechatronics stuff. But yeah, in high school I did competitive robotics. I've actually done competitive robotics since elementary school. And that's where I got into programming from. Was like, I started doing all the programming with that, and in high school we were working on one of the bigger robots. Like, there's the first robotics competition, which is like massive robots, essentially, like human-sized robots. And we were working on one, and I was testing some things, and a couple things went like wrong, like really wrong, and one too many close calls on visits to the emergency room. And I decided I was gonna sit back and do programming instead. You hated the shiny locks. They started in black and white, and then they went on Oras. They did it with a Primal Kyogre and Groudon, and then Sun Moon, the Ultra Beast, and Solgaleo. You hate it. Yeah, no, and the Tapus as well. It's just really unfortunate they did it. You know, they did it so that they could do events with them, to be honest. Like, basically keep interest in the game when they released the Tapu Koko event months after the game ends, and after the game has been released and stuff. Oh, you're here? Well, welcome, John Birdsell. Glad you can make it to the stream. You wonder if there's a keyboard that has a key to left and right click. I don't know. You could probably make one. I know they have keyboards that have trackpads on the side of them. I'll be able to pick it up when I get to 7100, so I have to get at least that far before the Treecko will show up. Alright, Victor. We'll see. Or Vitor. We'll see. At least on Oris, they have so many hunting methods and so many legendaries that can still be shiny. That's why you love those games and still haven't played Sun and Moon. Yeah, like, at least, you know, they unfortunately lock all the, like, title legendaries, unfortunately. You know, part of the reason why I'm playing Emerald is to get those. But yeah, so, what am I trying to say here? So basically what happens is, like, they locked all the title Pokemon, which is why part of why I'm playing Emerald is to get them, like Rayquaza, Kyogre, and Groudon. Because they left all the other shinies, all the legendaries unlocked. Why don't you just leave all of them unlocked? Anyone know the chance of a shiny in XD or Coliseum? I don't actually know that. Mastered by Palo MVP. Welcome back to the stream. Have I heard of the unreleased game Pokemon Topaz? I have not. Your first Gen 2 game was Crystal. Nice. I haven't played any Gen 2, unfortunately. Legendaries weren't shiny locked in Oras except for Kyogre and Groudon, and Rayquaza, I believe, right? Yeah, and Rayquaza, exactly. They shiny locked the title Pokemon, basically. And I think Deoxys, is Deoxys shiny locked in that game? I feel like I think all of the scripted legendaries are shiny locked. Jack Dash, welcome to the stream. Yeah, Deoxys as well. That's what I was thinking. Was the Delta episode that's still blocked. But yeah, you can hunt for like everything else, like Guardians and all that. You can hunt for those, but you can't hunt for like the main Pokemon of the game, basically. Yeah, there you go, geez, you figured it out. It's a straight game of Bidoof. They knew that if they released that, it would cut all their sales for future games because no one would ever think that any game was an upgrade from an all Bidoof Pokemon game. And the Uncatchable Pooch. Those are shiny locked. That one I'm a little bit more okay with, you know? Like, it doesn't actually affect anything you can catch as a shiny, but it's still kind of like, you could have just like left it. I know that it's a little bit demoralizing when someone finds an Uncatchable, so they took it out, but it would have been kind of cool still. Shiny at 7,096. We'll see, Raji. We will see. You're shiny hunting on Pokemon Ranger for the Manaphy. You can transfer the Diamond and Pearl. Good luck as long as you know how to deal with that one and how to actually hunt for it. While you were at the battle spot, you battled a shiny Azumarill, Garchomp, and Raikou. Nice, John. Your only game that was... Oh, was Omega Ruby your only game? Really, Jack? That's not a bad game to be your only game, though. You know? I really enjoyed those Hoenn remakes, mainly because I'm a Hoenn fanboy at heart. Like, completely fanboy over Hoenn. Who's my favorite dragon type? Probably Salamence. You have to transfer to Gen 4 and then transfer it again to another Gen 4 game before hatching. Exactly, yeah. You've learned the method on Manaphy X, don't worry. Good. Yeah, I just didn't want you to be sitting there trying to, like, soft reset and hatch it on... Trying to hatch it on your copy of on the copy you transferred it to, because it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. And the secret code is a one-time only, so good luck. Yeah, like, you only have the one egg. Which stinks. Like, it just really stinks how rare that Pokemon is. You have a shiny Mewtwo? That is awesome! That is amazing. I want one. Have I ever caught a Pikachu? I have. I've caught a shiny Pikachu. Is this a legit game, or is it a ROM? It is a legit game. I am playing on a GameCube with a Game Boy Player attachment and using like my old Emerald cartridge from when I was like 8 years old. You loved that you could ride the Megalodios Latias around Hoenn. That was a pretty cool feature, and it was a great way to see like the Mirage Islands and stuff, I think. As well as a great way to like get to all those other legendary Pokemon. Yeah. It basically added an extra bit of endgame, pretty much, which is kind of cool. Really, another Greek guy. That's pretty cool. Seeing some conversations in Greek now, as well as Spanish and Portuguese. Mega Salamence looks like a croissant. Mega Salamence does look kind of weird. But I like Salamence from back in Gen 3. You loved the Eon Flute feature in Oros. It was really cool. Like, that whole soaring ability was awesome. That's pretty much the only way I ever traveled. Even though flying technically would have been faster. Like, that was the only way I traveled, was by soaring. Just because it was so much more fun. What my reaction would be if I got the Treecko on this stream? I actually don't know, you know? Like, it has taken so long that this is on a completely different level from any other shiny I've hunted for. So I really don't know what my reaction would be like. What Nintendo am I playing on? It is the GameCube. The cube of games. Use a Rattata with the moves Quick Attack and Endeavor. Google it if I don't get it. I saw the video. It was like last night I saw the video of a guy beating the Elite Four with that level 1 Rattata. That was ridiculous. Granted, it was level 1 for like 3 moves. And then literally its leveling up was how it healed, which was kind of clever, I will admit. Your first Mega Evolution was a Latias. Nice, John. You remember 3000. It has been so long since 3000. Mega Salamence, Dragon Dance, Double Edge with Roost is deadly. Okay. You remember when Drake used to give you trouble in the Elite Four with his Salamence? Yeah, I kind of struggled with the Elite Four in Gen 3 and then in ORS, admittedly. I am fairly noob when it comes to like actually beating high-level trainers. You know, I find it. Thank you, Emmanuel. I hope I find it too. Felipe, see you subbed when I was at 1200. Yeah, you've been here a long time, man. What's my favorite Pokemon game? That's a tough one, actually. It might honestly be Sun at this point, just because of the amount of time I have in it and how much I enjoyed the story mode. It may also be Emerald. Like, basically, Hoenn is my favorite region by far. Gen 3 is my favorite gen. And then it's probably Sun that's my favorite game. Like, overall, I like a lot of the aspects of other games better, but Sun is just the game I have a lot of really fun memories with already. On Pokemon Soul Silver, Shiny Gyarados isn't that valuable. It's right in the middle of a Lake of Rage, and it was kind of easy to catch. Yeah, I mean, it's the entire point of that Gyarados was to be the Gen 2 introduction to Shinies. You know, essentially, hey, look, you can find these Pokemon in the wild. So, like, they aren't too terribly rare, obviously, but it is still kind of cool. You're going to also soft reset for Latias and your copy of Omega Ruby in the Southern Island. Alright, Vanillux, I hope you get it shiny. I hope you can get that. You're Brazilian? Well, welcome. It's always cool seeing how many international people are in these streams. There are a lot of people here from Brazil, actually. You love every region in some way. Agreed, Vanillux. Agreed. Like, that's where, you know, favorite Pokemon game is a lot easier to answer than least favorite Pokemon game. Because there's no Pokemon game I've played that I disliked. You've been here since 1700. Yeah, Ryan, you've been here a while too then. Your subtitle, Brick Break, Leaf Blade, Pursuit, and Aerial Ace. Mine is definitely not set up with any kind of move set. It is literally just like, here are moves that work. Here's the highest attacking moves, replacing my lowest attacking moves. It doesn't have any kind of statusing abilities. It doesn't have any kind of variable damage. It just does damage. You were here when I was at 100? Really, Emmanuel? It's cool seeing people who stuck around that long. When somebody tells you to fight dragons with Fairy type, but you've been using Ice Beam since 1988. Or 1998, not 88. Adding an extra decade to the life of this franchise. Thank you, Druddy Goo. Yeah, I hope we get it as well. We've got at least another hour left in the stream tonight. It would be awesome if we could get it tonight, guys. Hopefully I'm actually like paying attention and don't reset over it, because that would be kind of awful. You're American, but you've been to the UK. All right. I haven't left the country. You did some thought today and realized each Pokemon region is only the size of a small state. Yeah, I mean, they're basically regions inside, like, if you look at Kanto and Johto, for sure, they're based off of places in Japan. Hoenn and Sinnoh, I believe, as well. And, like, in Japan itself, it is an island. It's a big island, obviously, but it's still an island. And it's, you know, the size of, like, California or something. So, for the regions to be inside of that, they're going to be pretty small. Alright, you gotta go. We'll see you later, next gamer. How many shinies have you KO'd? You've KO'd one. I actually haven't KO'd any. I've been pretty good about not messing up the shinies. When you get yourself a 3DS in Pokemon Sun, you're gonna try and get a shiny Litten. Good luck, Kitty Gamer. Hopefully you either get it really quickly if you're trying to soft reset at the beginning, or you're pretty successful at Masuda methoding later. I would honestly recommend Masuda methoding later, because with how long the cutscene takes for a shiny starter, or for the starters in general in Sun, you honestly may take more time trying to reset for the Litten than you would just playing through the entire game and catching an entire Pokedex. Like, not even joking. That's just how long that cutscene is, and imagine doing that 7,000 times, which more or less, like, imagine doing it as 3,500 times. When did that game come out? You forget? Are you talking about Emerald? Emerald, I think, came out in about 2004? Your favorite gen is Gen 2 and the remakes, and Crystal and Heart Gold and Black and White were awesome, but they were so hated. Yeah, Black and White, like Gen 5 in general, more so than Gen 7, but Gen 7 has it as well, were extremely polarizing to people. Like, they're the people that love Pokemon games with a lot of story, and there are people who are like, stop, just let me play Pokemon. Let me beat the league. There doesn't need to be this whole extra story. I just want to beat the 8 gyms, beat the Elite Four, and then build up a team for competitive. There are two different types of people. It's more or less the single player versus the competitive people, and I am a single player person, so I really enjoyed Sun. I need to play Black and White. Emerald's 2005, 2 years after Ruby Sapphire. Alright, yeah. I think YouTube listed as 2004, and that might be what I'm getting it from. Am I excited for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon? I am, Dready Hugh. I am very excited for them. The new trailers have just been making it even more hype for me, and I can't wait to see what Game Freak has in store for them. Am I using a computer? I am for streaming. I'm playing on a GameCube though. Like, I'm playing an actual Game Boy game, like an actual cartridge. Yeah, we are using my computer to stream. Like, I'm capturing all the footage through my computer. You've heard that Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon starter cutscene is shorter? Maybe. That would be nice. That would be really nice for anyone that wants a soft reset either for Shiny or just even gender. Like, my girlfriend wanted a female Poplio, and I just took my Rowlet when I got it. And she was still soft resetting for it when I was already almost done with the trainer school. Like, that's just kind of how long getting that starter took because of she had really bad luck, unfortunately, as well. You didn't mess up your shiny, it was just uncatchable. That stinks, Ryan. Uncatchable shinies are really bad. Honestly, though, I think like shinies that would be catchable if you had the right things, like you just aren't set up, and that's why it's uncatchable. Those are the worst. You know, like, if you found a shiny after you ran out of Pokeballs, that would stink. If you keep trying to get Shiny Litten, you'll get a Shiny Alolan Raichu. Alright, Kitty Gamer. Yeah, I mean, once you get past the first trial, you have the ability to SOS chain, so really anything you want that isn't a starter, you can go for pretty quickly. Welcome back, Dr. Galaxy. You gotta go. Alright, see you later, Dready Goo. Thanks for stopping by. Captain Creeper Creep, how to get live? I don't know what you were asking there. If you're asking, like, how do you live stream, you just gotta have software like open broadcast software or something to capture everything, and then link it to your account on Twitch or YouTube, and click start streaming. Alright, see you in a bit, Filippo. Something funny happened last night. Last night you got Soul Silver and just started, and it was double shiny hunting. And you got a shiny Chikorita, and you wanted a shiny Torchic. I don't think you can get a Torchic, though, unless you're talking Cyndaquil, maybe. Because if you're playing in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, you're probably, you want to play the Gen 3 games, but sadly haven't, so you're getting a Game Boy Advance for Christmas? Yeah, you mentioned that, right? I think your Poplio was female when you first chose it. Okay, nice, yeah, you got pretty lucky with that. The odds are 1 in 8, so it's not too bad, but she had to reset like 20 times. Like, she just had really bad luck with it. You've played Orisa, so you've played the story. There's not too much difference between them, honestly. Congrats on 550. Did we hit 550? Really? That's pretty awesome. I knew we were really close before the stream started, but that is awesome we actually managed to pass 550 tonight. You saw a video of a shiny Lotad fail. Really? Was it like someone just messed it up and KO'd it, or were they just not prepared? Because honestly, it really stinks both ways. But I feel like someone flubbing it and messing it up themselves is a little bit different than like legitimately being in a situation where you can't catch it. Like if you ran out of Pokeballs or you get it, if I ran into a shiny between here and May, that would be awful. You were shiny hunting in Pokemon Sapphire and Silver. Okay, and that makes more sense then. I was wondering why you were talking about Gen 2 remakes and Gen 4 and mentioned a Gen 3 starter. I was like, the math doesn't just average out here. Now I get you now. You're trying to shiny hunt. You're gonna try to shiny hunt for a shiny Eevee hatching one tomorrow. Good luck, Mau. I actually really like shiny Eevee, and I especially like shiny Umbreon at the end, as like in terms of the evolution shinies. You play a ROM hack of Emerald and use the cheats to get Entei and Latias with codes. Nice night, buddies. That's one way to get it. Definitely an option when you have a ROM. Unfortunately, I don't have one. I'm playing on like an old legitimate cartridge and don't have any Game Sharks or Action Replays or anything like that. I should try the 2DS. I have actually considered, like, if I got a capture card, like a 3DS capture card, I might go for one that's made using the new 2DS XL. Because I really like how it looks, and it's relatively cheaper. Like, it's not super cheap by any means still. It's still like $400 or $500. But it is a little bit cheaper if you go with the 2DS option. And it's not like I'd use 3D. And guys, we passed 7100, and we did not get a shiny, unfortunately. So we're going to reset the save again. Alright, see you later, Zach Morales. Thanks for stopping in. In Heart Gold Soul Silver, you can get the Hoenn starters from Steven and Saffron City. It's really awesome. Yeah, a lot of the older games let you get the other shinies. Like, I think Oras, every time you beat the Elite Four, they let you get another Gen shiny. Or another Gen starter, not just shiny. I basically need to wipe my Alpha Sapphire and start over on all 4 games. So I have X, Y, and both games in Oras, and I want to go for the living decks there. Like the living shiny decks. I think I may start that soon, actually, so if I do get a cap card, I'm prepared. Because I don't want you guys to have to sit through me catching every single Pokemon in the games. You want to try and do a very hard challenge and try to get a shiny Eevee in black and white, too. Really? That's pretty cool. Apparently the odds are the same in XD. Okay. That makes sense, yeah. Pokemon, until they changed it, like, overall in Gen 4 or Gen 6, the odds, I imagine, just the odds canonically are 1 in 8,192. Some people prefer above knee over below knee. I actually saw that joke earlier today. 2 times in one day, what are the odds? You play on Kindle and can make a video on how to get, because there's not much Pokemon Emerald ROM hacks because Nintendo takes them down. Nintendo and Game Freak are pretty good about taking like their main games down. Like, you know, it's unless you dump the game yourself, it's impossible to get a copy of Sun or Moon in terms of a 3DS file. This is impossible. It's actually not impossible. It's very close to it. You know, the odds are 1 in 8,192, and Emerald is a little bit different. And if I didn't do what I'm doing now, where I reset the save, then it would become impossible at some point. Like, it may actually be impossible, but because I'm resetting the save, it's a little bit better. You love getting the starters in Oras and being the league, and seeing Birch running around like an idiot makes you laugh. You would like to restart your Alpha Sapphire, but don't want to lose 500 plus Pokemon and want to complete the Pokedex, and you need 200 or less. There is Pokebank. Pokebank is always an option. And Red and Heart Gold Soul Silver is actually pretty hard. It took you a few tries, yeah. Yeah, it's nice having like an actual challenge in the story. You have 40 to 50... You have 40... are you saying like you have 40 Pokemon that are level 50, or you have 40 to 50 max level Pokemon? I'm not sure what 100% you were saying there, Mau. Really, Ryan? That's pretty crazy. I know you actually even like posted yours, so I completely believe that. That is insane, Ryan. You want to get a strong team? All right. Welcome back, Next Gamer. Night Buddies call you Fen or Fennekin because that's your nickname in Minecraft on Discord. Alright. I will try to remember that, Fen. Well, welcome back, Jessica Bailey. It has been a while since I've seen you here. TNTG, what time did I start? I started about an hour and 15 minutes ago, so about 5 o'clock. What's a Pokebank? So in the newer games, like on 3DS, so Gen 6 and Gen 7, there's an app. There's like an app on the eShop that you can get called Pokebank, and it's a place where you can store your Pokemon off the cartridge. So if you want to reset your save, you don't have to get rid of all the Pokemon or trade them to another game. Basically, it acts like a PC between games. Red actually has good type coverages in his team, and Heart Goals also. They've been pretty good about making Red actually difficult when you battle him. You need to leave? Alright, Diego. Well, I completely understand. Thanks for stopping by, and thank you for the sub earlier. Pokemon Bank was the best idea Pokemon ever made. It is really convenient, and it is a great way to make sure that you don't lose a cartridge and lose all the Pokemon on it. Do you know that there's a glitch to get Shuckle to do more than 4 million damage? I have heard about it, yeah. I don't remember the exact way to set it up, but I do know that Shuckle can deal out crazy damage. Cuddling Cubone, welcome to the stream. Green Espeon, welcome. Glad you were able to make it, and see you in a bit, John. You guys got here just in time because we are wrapping up the save reset, so hopefully it doesn't take too long. Why am I trying to get a shiny Pokemon? I like catching shinies. They're rare and they're kind of special, and it's a special rare thing basically to add to my collection. Because I'm a big collector in Pokemon, more so than I am competitive. I'd rather have like a full Pokedex than a competitive team. Like a full shiny Pokedex than a competitive team. So to me, and it's a fun challenge basically. You know, it might be mostly luck, but it's still really fun. It's a test of patience, and once you get it, the payoff is insane. Like, it just feels so incredibly awesome to catch it, which is why to me stuff like this is worth it. Have I heard of the missing node glitch in Red and Blue? I have, Vanilluxe. I have heard about that one. That one's a bit too popular to miss. You're French and you hunt Treecko in Oras, and you are at 8,979 resets. That is crazy, Speaker, because like in Oras your odds are 1 in 4,000, so you've gotten very unlucky, my friend. I hope you get it soon though. Mega Swampert can do 2 million damage. Really? That's pretty crazy. Hope I get it this stream. Thank you, Green Espeon. I hope we get it too. If we get it sometime in the next 100 or so. Depending on how long we go tonight. I do remember you, Blue Wire. Welcome back to the stream. You've heard of a glitch in Red and Blue where you can beat the game in 0-0-0. Yeah, it's like... I don't know if it's Red and Blue. I know in Yellow, I think, is where it actually is. Or I may be wrong. It may be Red and Blue. Where, like, yeah, the game's straight up beatable in, like, 2 minutes. Like, not even minutes. Literally, you walk into the house, walk back and forth, walk in the door, and you beat the game. Have you heard that you can battle Professor Oak in Pokemon Red by glitches? Yeah, Pokemon Red's so broken you can pretty much do anything you want in that game. Why am I not using a phone? Like, playing on a phone? Because I want to play on an actual cartridge. And if I played on a phone, then I couldn't really stream it too well. Like, the quality would be really bad. Because now I have, like, a legit, like, streaming mic, I have my good headset, I have a good screen, I have good internet. Basically, in general, I feel like a phone is one of the... Like, last resort, it can work, but it's, like, one of the least preferable ways of streaming. It's actually in Yellow. That's what... you can do the, like, 0-minute glitch, I think, right? I know you can do a lot of those glitches in Red. You've heard that Missing No is the baby Kangaskhan, that it should evolve into Kangaskhan or Cubone. Really? I haven't heard anything like that about Missing No. I just know it's some weird glitch. It may be... I don't know. That'd be interesting to look into to see what, like, actually it's kind of pointing to in terms of all the functions behind it. Question, why do I make a new person every couple encounters? So Green Espeon, every 50 encounters I reset the save because Emerald has broken RNG and normally you cannot hunt for shinies in it. And the way around that is resetting the save. Because what happens is, In most games, there's a seed, like there's a random number called the seed that is used for the random number generation, and it determines what numbers are going to come out of it. Because RNG isn't ever truly random, but you can get it pretty close by simulating it with fairly random numbers. But in Emerald, that number always starts at 0. It never starts at a random number, so you get the same random numbers every time you play the game, which means those random numbers are what determine the shiny. So if you get the same numbers and it doesn't create a shiny after a while, you have to reset the game to reset the RNG and potentially get a shiny with it. Because it changes your trainer ID, and that's another part of the formula. Alright, gotta go. Band's about to start. We'll see you later, Vanillix. Glad you were able to tune in and stay as long as you did. Luiz TDS, welcome to the stream. Why don't I use cheat codes? Because I can't. It's a legit cartridge. It's not fun for me to use cheat codes. I like the challenge. And I don't have a game trick or anything, so I have no way of entering cheat codes. So it was supposed to be... So it was supposed to be a different Pokemon, and they removed it. I get you, Mau. I get what that is now. Missing No can learn Tackle and Ice Punch. Really? I don't even know if you can catch Missing No. I thought that crashed the game, but at this point someone would probably be like, I'm going to generate Missing No into my box by throwing 56 repels on the ground followed by walking in a circle. That's just how Red is, or Gen 1 in general is. They didn't have time. I feel like a lot of Gen 1 and 2 issues also came down to, as well as time crunches, physical hardware limitations. Like, that's why Johto, or Gen 2 is so weird, is because they fit 2 maps into a single Game Boy Color cartridge. Joel Humphreys, welcome to the stream. Should you play Pokemon Alpha Sapphire or Moon? Depends on what you want to do. Personal preference. If you haven't played either, I don't know. Basically, if you haven't played either, I would honestly suggest Moon, probably. I really enjoy the story in that. But if you've played both of them, then it's really up to what you want to do in the games. Getting shinies from random encounters are so annoying to get, because you're doing a shiny trap-inch hunt. Yeah, Blue, yeah, it can be annoying. I haven't had it happen, so I can't speak for it necessarily, but like, to be completely unprepared for a shiny and it pop up is just extra stress, because like, well, if this was any normal Rattata, I would have KO'd it and moved on with my day. But now I'm gonna either catch it or hate myself forever because I could have, because I could have caught a shiny, but I failed. You hate that Incineroar shoots fire out of his... Oh boy, I have not actually seen Incineroar's animations too much. I've only really played with the Decidueye. Oscar, welcome back to the stream. Are you late? Oh, you're not too late. We still have at least 30 minutes left in the stream tonight. So, there's still a good amount of time left. I can do this easier, I know, but this is the fun of it. The point isn't for it to be easy. Your internet sucks? Mine does as well, Fen. Mine really does. I meant to go meet with management today and ask them, like, what's up with the internet, why I don't have any kind of wired connection, because they said that there was a way to do wired connections. But there isn't. So I had to, like, talk to them about that. But I was going to do it today, but I got back from class a little later than I expected. And then as soon as I got back, I got a call from the mechanic about my car. Come on, just give him the Treecko. It would be so nice if the RNG guys listen to chat. You've played through both games, yet you've played through both games, you want a shiny hunt. Well, go for some shiny hunting then, Green Espeon, have some fun with it. Do I enjoy streaming? Of course. Why else would I be doing it? If I didn't enjoy it, why would I be doing it? Ralts hates you. Ralts can be difficult. I tried shiny hunting for a Ralts and with no success, because it was also the first time I tried Dex Math hunting. How old am I? I am 20 years old. The 3 garbage shinies you found, Brit. I don't personally find any shinies to be garbage, but that's also because I don't care about stats at all. The shininess of them is like the most valuable aspect of a Pokemon to me. Oh, what's the fastest way I know of to level up in Emerald or any Pokemon game? Generally going through the Elite Four with either swap training or experience share. even named one hot garbage. Well, there's one way to show it how you feel. What's the next Pokemon shiny catching? The next Pokemon will be a Charmander, which I have been alternating. I've started to alternate. So next stream will be a Charmander, even if we don't find a Treecko. And it'll keep alternating back and forth. But after that, I'm not actually 100% sure. If it'll depend on what we find and kind of going with the flow of things from there. You'll send a video tomorrow at Discord that says things about Lavender Town, and the person is talking about missing no, but you don't know if it's true, but you think it's a good reason. Alright, now. Yeah, I'll check that out. You're gonna go because the internet sucks when people live stream. I understand you, Fen. Glad you were able to stop by, though. Why do I like shinies so much? I'm just a collector, and I think they're really cool. It's a fun challenge for me, so I don't see why I wouldn't. You know, it's enjoyable for me. It's not like, you know, it's like anything in a game where, like, you know, you could be doing other things, and for me personally, finding these shinies is like one of the most exciting things I can do in Pokemon. Well, welcome back, Filippo. Yeah, Charmander. Yeah, we'll be hunting for Charmander again. Not tomorrow, but Wednesday, because tomorrow I do not stream. Yeah, I've changed my schedule recently to 5 days a week, and one of the days that I don't stream, one of the 2 out of the 7 that I don't stream is Tuesday, because I have like clubs and stuff. And I'm still trying to figure out when the other day will be. It'll probably be on a weekend, just kind of a break. You heard that Missing No was the Gen 2 Pokemon that should have been Gen 1, but you don't believe it. I mean, it's all speculation. It honestly made us be a glitch too. Like, basically the encounter pops up, and the game didn't know what to do, and it didn't have a name, so it was like missing like number, and it basically pulled a random point from the sprite sheet. You know, it's weird. You know, glitches like that kind of like seem like this really mysterious thing, and like, what's all this stuff? And then you realize it's just other parts of the game shown in a way they were never supposed to be shown. You just want a shiny fan sump with Harvest. Ah, that's what you're going for, Ryan. I got you. A good name for shiny Stantler is Virizion. Give it some identity issues. Gotta go see you next stream. Alright, see you later, Green Espion. Thanks for stopping by. My last stream has over 1,000 views. I know, Blue Wire. That was actually pretty... It was pretty cool how fast that one hit that. And I noticed another older stream actually hit 1,600 views last night as well. The funniest thing was seeing how many views the last Treecko stream got because of it. I think a lot of that, I looked at analytics and it was like, a lot of people I think going back and checking, like, did he get the Treecko? Like, why is he hunting a different Pokemon? So I noticed that one was going up for a while almost as much as the Charmander stream in views. Alright, see you in a bit, Ryan. Shiny Stantler is ugly. I haven't actually seen it, so I don't have an opinion on it. But, you know, to each their own. Someone could find Milotic to be a bad shiny. Don't know why they would, but they could. You love shiny Charmander? I like it too. It's not as bad, but it's still kind of in that category of like Gen 1 shinies tend to fall into more than anything, where it's just a shift in the color. It's not like super different or anything. But, you know, either way, it's still pretty cool and I like it. It's ugly. There are a lot of people saying it is, but Malma seems to like it. And shiny Charizard. Yeah, shiny Charizard is pretty cool. I love shiny Pokemon games. I love Pokemon games and Pokemons. I do, Louis. No, the original Virizion. Ah. Oh, you hate shiny Charizard. Okay. After 41 encounters, you finally got a Ralts. Congrats, Alan. Now just catch it before it teleports away. You get angry a bit when people call Pokemon Pokemans. You don't like when I hunt for the shiny Pokemans? I don't personally mind. You feel like I'm never going to end up getting a shiny Treecko. We'll get it at some point. We still aren't to full odds. Like, you know, we still haven't... we still haven't expended our odds, and this one's probably going to take a little bit longer because I know I'm messing up some of the timing, just because it's hard for me to accurately measure the timing while I'm talking to people. It's hard for me to keep count. It's hard for me to count to 50 when I'm doing this and talking. You're late. You apologize. It's okay, Cellular Gamer. I don't necessarily, have expectations of you guys, like, tuning in or anything. It's always up to you whether or not you want to stop by. And I understand that, like, you have things going on, and it's not, like, an obligation or anything. What's my Gen 5 starter? I haven't played Gen 5. I know a lot of people are like, what? When I say that, but I haven't played Gen 5 at all. It fell, like, in the middle of a lull where I didn't play Pokemon, basically, from halfway through Gen 4 to halfway through Gen 6. So I perfectly missed Gen 5. You hate the overrated Pokemon like Decidueye, Blaziken, Charizard, and Greninja. Okay. I kind of get that, like, they get all the love, and they might not necessarily be, like, the best Pokemon. Personally, though, Rowlet is my favorite. Decidueye is cool, but, like, Rowlet is my favorite of that line. It's going to be, like, 24,000 encounters before I get it. It could be CZ, it could. I've seen people take 20,000 encounters for this. I've seen 40,000 encounters. It can get ridiculous, but hopefully we can get pretty close to odds. This Treecko is being really stubborn. It really is, Hyptic. It's being pretty stubborn. So I'm still hunting for the Treecko. Wow, just wow. Yeah, we were still hunting for the Treecko. We just took a break yesterday and hunted for a Charmander to mix things up a bit. I've encountered 7,000 plus Treeckos. Yes, I have, and no, I didn't. I haven't done it in 2 hours. I've done it over the course of about 70 hours in a mixture of like 26 streams now. Yeah, we've gotten through about 100 per hour essentially. In 23 days, it was 26 now if we count today. 25 not counting today. I know, it is crazy. Am I going to transfer my shinies to a game like Sun and Moon? Probably Blue Wire. We're going to play through the game first, obviously. And then because I can do it, I will probably be moving up Gen 3 Pokemon to Pokebank or Gen 7. Probably to Gen 6 and then Pokebank and leave them there. Just because that way I can put them in Gen 6 along with a Living Shiny Dex there. Dartrix is an OP Pokemon in the Rowlet line. Is it? Oh, it is a Pokemon in the Rowlet line, if that's what you were asking. I thought you were asking OP, but no, it is a Pokemon in the Rowlet line. It is the middle evolution. Even at these streams, since I was like 500 encounters, that was like a month ago. That was over a month ago now. Like, that was like stream number 2. Yeah, we've been going pretty hard at it. Yeah, 26. Yeah, today will be 26 because Sunday's stream for Treecko was day 25. He did choose Tepig because it's cute, but Pokemon Oris, when you got to choose the Gen 5 starter, you chose a Snivy, and luckily it got some ability. Awesome, Mal. That's pretty cool. Welcome back, Grungy Games. You're imagining that Professor Birch finds a Treecko, paints it the color you want, and lets you have it at 7135. He's just like, this kid just needs to help me. Fine, I will make him think this is a shiny Treecko. I get it, and like it looks shiny in all the menus, but it doesn't have the star or anything. Bored? I'm actually not bored, Louise. It helps that I am streaming this and I'm doing it in like 2-hour bursts, essentially, because otherwise it probably would get a little bit monotonous and boring. But the fact that I have all of you guys to talk to really helps with it, and the fact that I'm not like doing it overkill and burning myself out. Another one at 44 encounters. There you go. At least they are showing up more quickly now. By the power of luck, the next Treecko will be shiny. We will see, Kitty Games. We will see right now. Necrozma has the second most powerful move in the game, 160 power, and the most powerful is Explosion. Really? I did not know that, actually. You missed yesterday's stream because you were helping a friend move. It sucks. You missed the one stream without this dang Treecko. Well, good news for you then, if you want to catch more Charmander streams, Cellular Gamer, is I am now alternating. Every other stream will be Treecko and Charmander. Basically, to kind of mix things up a little bit. Because, yeah, a lot of people were kind of getting to the point that they felt like this Treecko stream was a bit monotonous, and I agree. So that's what we're doing, is we're going to start mixing it up now. Why I know set like goals, like likes for the video. I don't set them because I don't feel necessarily comfortable like begging for likes or anything. I just I like seeing kind of the natural stats, like people like this stream for whatever reason, you know, and like them being able to like it themselves. I do appreciate the likes for sure, and like they help out because they promote the video a lot. So like the more a live stream is liked or even disliked, honestly, it's just interactions. The more the live stream is interacted with, the more likely YouTube is. I almost dropped my controller, that's why I jumped. The more likely YouTube is to promote it to people who haven't seen it yet. So it does help a lot, but I feel like because of that, it's almost like advertisement. And it feels a little weird. You remember when Sun and Moon first came out and everyone said that Primarina is so girly and they hated it. But now it's a starter you've seen the most when doing competitive battles. Really? I mean, I get where like kind of that notion would come from at first, but yeah, I don't see where that would really stop at least most players, I don't think. And I'm playing a Game Boy Advance or PC, so I'm playing on a GameCube, actually. Nintendo made the adapter called the Game Boy Player for the GameCube, where you could hook up Game Boy cartridges to your GameCube. So I'm playing a legitimate Emerald cartridge, and I'm just capturing the footage on my computer. You're so bored, just give me the shine. I hope we can get it soon. I really want to hype up this stream some, guys. It would be so awesome if we could finish out, like, and get a Treecko this stream. That would be so amazing. Can I subscribe to your channel? I will look Blue Wire. I don't just, like, subscribe to anyone that asks. I hope you understand. But, like, if I like the content, I will subscribe. The most powerful move is Groudon's, or Sudowoodo's 5th rollout with attack IVs and EVs and a life orb. Fair enough. I feel like they were talking, more specifically in terms of, like, stats on the move. Like, just base stats of the move. Rowlet says who, Litton says meow. Poplio the sea lion Pokemon says bark. Yeah. It's basically like a seal. Seals kind of make, like, arf wolf noises a little bit. I think it's like 508. Dang, that's crazy. Sudowoodo has stab. Okay. You're talking move-wise, not Pokemon-wise. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I was kind of thinking. Was like, you meant more in the move category than in the like amount of damage a move would physically do. I was so hoping that one was a shiny. Like, I was staring at that one specifically, like, extremely intently, like, please. Finger hurts? No, not really. Yeah. The first couple streams it was funny. I did get, like, a hand cramp, and I did get, like, a cramp in my thumb. But nah, it's been pretty good. Especially now that I've cut the streams down a little bit in terms of time. So I used to go for 3 hours instead of 2. But now I just go more days. And I could tell, like, the last hour would take a toll on me. Most powerful move, Groudon's Fissure, Kyogre's Sheer Cold. You hate the fact that Poplio gets so much hate in Primarina, and Game Freak tries to help Primarina get some respect and gave it Liquid Voice, the best hidden ability out of the 3 Alola starters. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just going to be a matter of, like, what's most of the hate coming from? Is it coming from the competitive community, or is it coming from people who don't necessarily care about the abilities of the Pokemon? You know, some people might just... People, honestly, admittedly, like me, look at the Pokemon for, does it look cool or not? I imagine that's how a lot of the younger audience looks at it. And a lot of the more, not like the less serious, more the casual, the younger casual audience is going to look at the Pokemon for their aesthetics more than anything, I feel. Next encounter, just take a minute and ask Treecko, please and thank. Just like sit here and be like, Treecko, I'm gonna level with you. I wish I would look like Treecko, I'm gonna level with you. Will you please be shiny? You're telling this. You're saying this every time, but you're hearing almost everyone that you know hate Primarina. I don't hate it. I really actually like Primarina's final evolution, or Primarina's like as an evolution. We should move on to shiny turtles. Eventually we will get around to some shiny turtles. Am I the kind of people that find a shiny start screaming, or just be happy just to know if we could turn down the volume a little bit? So I don't think I'm gonna be like screaming at the top of my lungs or anything. I'm not gonna be like a drive level by any means. But I will get excited. I'm not gonna like scream at the top of my lungs. I can promise you that much. But from there, generally I'll say that like shinies that I've gotten used to, you know, breeding for them and SOS training for them. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, so either breeding or SOS training for them, you know, it kind of got monotonous enough where it was like, oh hey, a shiny, that kind of thing. But now I'll be a little bit more excited and like actually like, yes, we got it, just because it's on a stream, it's been so long, all this kind of stuff. It'll be fun. I don't think I'm gonna get like so screamy or anything, because I'm in an apartment, so part of it's out of respect for my neighbors and stuff. And also, I actually think I'm maxing out the mic as is. Like, I don't think me screaming would actually be any louder. It would just start breaking, making the mic pop and stuff, I think. What's the name of the recording program? Cursed. I am using open broadcast software to stream, and in terms of recording, I am using a generic composite to USB capture card for my GameCube. Like to hook my GameCube to my computer. I lose time, stop resetting, RNG is broken in Emerald. I know the RNG is broken. That's why I reset the save every once in a while. I've learned this now. I have learned this. I've been told that several times. I know about it. I know, and there are ways to hunt. You just have to reset the save. Will I cuss? I try not to, and I definitely won't on stream. Basically, my Pokemon streams are PG, so that's why if you see stuff removed from the chat, it's either me or the mods. Like, if it's inappropriate or like profanity, it'll be removed. But yeah, it's not like I don't in real life or anything, or like outside of the streams, but on stream, I try to keep it PG because Pokemon's a game for all ages, so I want to keep the stream for all ages. Dang, 7150 wasn't shiny, so we're gonna reset the save. Yeah, Osuderu Beki, I know that the RNG is broken, but that's why I do this. I reset the save. The star never appears shiny. I understand that, you know, the RNG is busted in Emerald, but there's a way to deal with it, and I'm dealing with it. Like, right now, that's what I'm doing. I'm dealing with it. Basically, if you reset the save, you can get a better trainer ID that can potentially be shiny. You just have to reset the save to do it. How to record a layout and game save time. You think everybody's saying, okay, yeah, no, like, alright, so you are, yeah, no, I know about the RNG and Emerald. I knew about that before I started. I looked into it. But yeah, resetting the save like this fixes it. It's all good. It's all good, OCD. So how to record the layout and game save time? I don't know what you're asking, Curse. If you're asking, like, how you design the layout, you just have to design the layout in, like, Photoshop or something, so that it has transparencies where your camera and your footage are. And then all the extra little details are different, like, scripts and plugins. Alright, you need to go. Use 70% of your data. Kitty Gamer, thank you for stopping by. I'm glad you were able to stop. I'm glad you were able to watch the stream, but yeah, don't go over your data cap for this or anything. Give me all of your luck in getting that shiny Treecko. You might be back when the stream is over. I hope to see you again. We've got about 15 minutes left, so hopefully you will be able to return. Did I try out the randomizer? If I want any changes, feel free to ask. We're more than happy to use up all the waste time. Tron, I downloaded it. I still haven't had a chance to look at it. I'm sorry. I've been dealing with school stuff and everything because I started today. Then as soon as I got home, I had more car stuff I had to look at. It's been a busy week. I will get around to looking at it though for sure. And thank you also, David, for the wish of luck. I will make sure not to forget to reset saves every once in a while. A very important part of this Emerald hunt for sure. Yes, Shiny Collector 98 did make a great video about it. That's actually that's actually the video I watched to learn about it. Get a game over on Emerald when I finish. That would have to be after I moved all the Pokemon off, for sure. If I listen to the Nidorino at the beginning, the male one makes a female cry. Really? That's interesting. You need 51 more Pokemon to complete your Dex in Pokemon Moon. You want to complete it, but you don't have time to play. Hopefully you'll be able to get around to it, Mau. It's pretty. It feels like a good accomplishment when I got it, and I know it'll feel pretty satisfying to you as well. Why they get a game over when the save would be trickable to get shinies? That is a good point, Oscar. Like, yeah, if I wanted to get shinies easily. And it may be like something that, you do after I get all the shinies, but you basically, like, that's a good point. It would be ruining a save that's like the golden save, one that's super easy to reset for shinies on. Leo's cry is cute. Alright. It has taken forever, Tron. It has taken a very long time right now. Like, hopefully we can get it pretty quickly, relative to, how long it's taken so far. Did I get it from Fernando? I have not gotten it yet, unfortunately. I gotta leave. Alright, see you later, Blue Wire. Thanks for tuning into the stream. No, I do not have it, Fernando. We are still hunting for it. You're hunting for an Eevee Fire Red Leaf Green? Good luck, Jose. I hope you get it. Play on PC so I can add Pokemon cheats. I don't want to do that, though. Lead Speaker, thank you for the sub. Yeah, it's kind of... Like, the fun of it is the fact that they are legit and they aren't cheated. What do I think about your team for ORS? Marshtomp, Gardevoir, Lucario, Crobat, Manectric, and Ninetales. That sounds good to me, but I honestly don't know. It looks like you've covered a lot of the typings, I guess. But, like I said, I'm not competitive. I can't, like, think off the top of my head, like, oh, that's a good team or anything. What was the first name I chose to give a Pokemon? I'm actually really unimaginative. And I tend to not name my Pokemon, actually. So that's actually kind of what's part of the fun of this, is we will be naming the Pokemon as well. Gotta make sure I save before we stop here. Gonna make sure, yeah, I just stopped talking there for a second because I wanted to make sure I didn't mess that up. Greetings from Mexico. Well, welcome to the stream, Sin Santito. I am glad you were able to stop by, and I hope you enjoy it. What should you hunt for now? Depends on what game you're playing. You're going to do the pseudo method tomorrow, trying to find a shiny Eevee. Well, good luck, Mama. I hope you get it. Dang, 7151 wasn't shiny, so we're going to have to keep going here. Have I collected all the Zygarde cores and cells to get Zygarde 100% form? I have an X-Rider. Yeah, I think I have like 70 of the cores or something. I need to do that, but shiny hunting kind of became a higher priority to me, so that's what I did instead. Kyle Santos, welcome to the stream. Yeah, go, man. I hope we get it. If we can get this thing in the last 10 minutes of the stream, that would be so freaking hype. You're going to try Beldum as well with you. Well, good luck, Jose. Hopefully you can have good luck with that. Better luck than I've been having with my Treecko here. You might try a 12-hour stream very soon. Well, dude, that'd be pretty intense. I've been hesitant about doing anything more than like the 3 hours I've done, just because, like I said, it starts to take a toll on you after a while, I feel. Like, just physically, like, your voice kind of starts to go hoarse if you're talking to chat constantly. Fingers cramp from the position you're sitting in. Like, I start to feel, like, really uncomfortable in the chair I'm sitting in. Which, granted, right now is because I'm in a wooden chair that is completely unergonomic. You've collected 80% of the cores and cells. You need 20%. Always need some more. Don't know why. Yeah, it's... Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of them that are really hard to get. And a lot of them... I don't know if this is actually a thing, but I feel like... Are some of them only available at night versus day or something? Because I feel like I've run into some in areas that I knew I would have seen before. Have I played Pokemon Ranger? I have not, Wizard. I haven't played any of the spin-off games. Alright, thank you, Giovanni, for the wish of luck. Hopefully that'll help, because we're wrapping up the stream pretty shortly here. Hopefully we can get the Treecko before the end of it. That would be so awesome. You didn't like the Nintendo Switch, only has a few games. How do I feel about the Switch? I actually really like it, Next Gamer, because Breath of the Wild is awesome in my opinion. So it's already a great game. Splatoon's pretty fun too. Like, I've really enjoyed that. And I actually want to stream some Splatoon at some point. Like, speaking back to the 12-hour stream Grenji mentioned, I kind of want to do like a 24-hour stream of a Splatfest. That would be really fun, I think. But I'd have to get things set up for that, obviously. But besides that, I feel like Nintendo actually was really thoughtful when they did everything. Like, everything seems really thought out and feels very like user-friendly and not clunky at all. Like, they spent a lot of time on it, I can tell. And I really like it. I'm definitely waiting for there to be a lot more games, though. I own one, obviously, like I've said. But I am kind of in the opinion of, I basically got it knowing what games I was going to buy for it later. And I had the money now, I knew I wouldn't necessarily have the money then. So that's why I bought mine when I did. Because I want to play Rocket League on it, and obviously I was going to get one at some point because Pokemon's going to be coming to it, but Pokemon's going to be coming way later, so that's not really even a factor right now. But yeah, I only have 4 games for mine, but I've really enjoyed it so far. And welcome to the stream. I think you told me how to pronounce your name. I know it's in Hebrew, but welcome to the stream anyway. Or not anyways, but just welcome to the stream. Sorry I can't pronounce your name. Am I hyped about the SNES Mini release? By the way, don't know if it's on sale or not. I don't think it's on sale yet. And personally, I didn't really get into video games until like the Xbox. Like, I'm a little bit too young for the SNES. So personally, like, I'm in that age group where like I did play like on the N64, but I never played on the SNES. Like, that's just the age range I fall into. So I'm not like super hyped for it, honestly, just because it has Super Mario World is like the only game on it that I would really be like interested in playing. Do I do competitive battling? Not really. Mainly because I am really bad competitively. Like, I just don't get competitive Pokemon. Strategy's not really my thing. Throw shiny luck in the form of dust into Mindless's face. Hope it doesn't hurt. It blinds me so I can no longer see the shinies I catch, but at least I catch the shinies. That's all that matters. You don't like the Nintendo Switch either. You hope that they won't make the next Pokemon game after Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon on the Switch. They've already said they are now. Basically, they are making a mainstream Pokemon game for the Switch. It will be moving to it at some point. Most likely at the beginning of Gen 8. Would I rather have Ultra Sun or a new Pokemon region? Both would be games. So, we weren't going to get a new region super quickly. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is just the natural follow-up to Sun and Moon, I feel. The same way that Black 2, White 2 came out after Black and White, and more similar to that, but not as much similar, but still kind of relative to like, you know, Emerald and Platinum coming out after Diamond Pearl and Ruby Sapphire. You know, like, basically they can add content that they wanted to put in the games, but they didn't have time. So it's going to be a slightly more polished, slightly different Sun and Moon, I feel, which they've always kind of done. So I'm okay with that. I feel like because they're developing for the Switch now, they aren't going to put their time into making a new region or redesigning a region that didn't already exist in the engine for the engine of Gen 7. So that's why we didn't get Sinnoh remakes, and we're not going to get a new region until Gen 8, which is, I guarantee you, will be on the Switch. Like, that's the whole point of them announcing the mainstream games for the Switch, I feel, is that they're going to be moving Gen 8 to the Switch pretty soon. Or they're going to be putting Gen 8 on the Switch, I think. Do I want Diamond and Pearl remakes? I would like them. I don't think they're going to happen until Gen 8, though. Have I got an uncatchable Zigzagoon yet? Hope I haven't. I haven't, Jose. I have not. But it would actually be an okay thing to have happen in Emerald, because Emerald's RNG is messed up in a way that that's actually kind of a good thing. Basically, it means that I can get shinies. After Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, it will be a new region, and after this, a remake region. I think that's what will happen now. Basically, a new region for Gen 8, and then most likely Sinnoh remakes. I think they're going to start doing those every other gen. So basically, you know, Gen 4, with the exception of Gen 1 and being a remake in Gen 3, I feel like Gen 2 had Gen 4, Gen 6 had Gen 3, I think Gen 8 will have Gen 4, then Gen, like, 10... If the games go as far, Gen 10 would have a Gen 5 remakes, that kind of thing. I think it's going to start getting to the point that they double it, because otherwise you're going to end up in this awkward situation where, like, you know, Gen 11 remakes and Gen 14, like, it's going to be really close and awkward at that point. What kind of cap card am I using for GameCube? It is some generic cap card I got for 30 bucks that takes the red, white, yellow inputs, the composite inputs, and turns them into USB. On my computer, it's labeled as an SMI grabber card. Basically, if you go to an electronics store that would have capture cards, it's going to be the $30 cheap one. The driver works between a bunch of different brands. Do I have a 3DS or 2DS? I have a 3DS. This is your first shiny in ORS. It was the first egg you hatched too. Still have it on that cartridge too, I believe. Nice, Justin. That's pretty awesome. Looking for the top. Treecko, yeah. Hopefully we can get this Treecko quickly, guys. I think we will go out to 71, 75 at the very least. We'll see how that goes. The thing that you like is how small the 3DS is and can be taken anywhere, but the Switch you think is a lot bigger. It's not... CZ, I thought that too. It's actually not that much bigger. But yeah, just because the 3DS folds up and covers all the buttons, it feels so much more safe carrying it. That's why my 3DS, I don't have a case for it. I just throw it in my pocket and walk out the door. But my Switch, I went out and bought like an actual case to carry it around with me, just because, you know, I don't want the Joy-Cons breaking off or catching on my pocket or anything like that. It's just, it just barely passes over into the, like, it's still, the Switch actually fits completely in my pockets. Barely, but it fits in my pockets. It's just nerve-wracking to have that in my pockets, because it's a little bit too long, and the fact that two of the three major parts can kind of just snap off if they get torqued too much. It is a little bit nerve-wracking, and that's why I got a case for it. So I agree with you. It unfortunately cuts down on the mobility a little bit, and enough to be bothersome. For how long will I stream? I'm going to be going until encounter 7175 now. Actually, scratch that. We're going to go to 7200 tonight, guys. We'll see how many. We'll see if we can get to 7200. It's true you got Fire Red and a Fire Red that has early shiny frame. 2884 from Mewtwo. Actually, Fire Red doesn't have shiny frames. Like, it doesn't have the same issue as Emerald. The only games that do are Emerald and Ruby and Sapphire when their battery is dead. Can I make a shiny Froakie hunt? Cursed, I can't do that right now, unfortunately, because I would love to do it, but I don't have a 3DS capture card. I only have a capture card for my GameCube. What's the weirdest food I've ate? I don't know. What's the weirdest food I've had? I'm a very picky eater, and so I have a very boring kind of foods that I've eaten. Yeah, that's a tough one. What's the weirdest thing I've eaten? Yeah, like, I'm a very meat and potatoes type guy, so it's not often that I reach out of my comfort zone to try something new. God, I'm trying to think, because I know I've had something that was weird, but I really cannot think of anything right now. I mean, it's not weird in just general, but, like, it was pretty sketch when I got it. I got, like, convenience store sushi one time, and it was the weirdest texture ever. Shiny Pokemon have lost their value now, as they're very easy to get, whereas originally they were very rare, and it was down to luck. The way players crave shinies now just makes them less valuable. And also, I kind of see your point. I know a lot of people really prefer full odds over method hunting. But really, in general, compared to before, yes, they're like really diluted and not as rare, but in general they're still fairly rare, and especially it's more a matter of people completing like entire Pokedexes of shinies now, which is really the fun of it. And Ratty Tatty, welcome to the stream, and Hawkfish Hockey, welcome. Rune, also welcome back to the stream, by the way. Why stream? Why you have lag? Hopefully it's not on my end, guys. It doesn't look like it. We had some issues at the beginning, but it seems like they've kind of resolved. You got a shiny Wimpod. Awesome, Brody Fisher. That's actually a pretty hard hunt if you aren't doing breeding for it. Like, you're actually soft resetting for it. That's a pretty difficult hunt to set up. You love A-Drive. He's one of your favorite Poketubers. I enjoy seeing A-Drive stuff occasionally, but I don't really follow many Poketubers, like, just in general. I watch, like, shiny hunts from some of them. It's mainly random 10s, but I watch some shiny hunts, but for the most part, I just kind of play the games myself. Like, that's just my personal preferences, I guess. Like, I'll watch them and I enjoy them, but I'm not sub to them or anything. Do I prefer Team Magma or Team Aqua? Honestly, probably Team Aqua. Partially because I owned Emerald and Sapphire. I never owned Ruby as a kid, and I picked up Alpha Sapphire when I played again. So personally, I did kind of like focus more on. I guess I've played more with Aqua than I have with Magma. You found a shiny Trapinch without even looking for one in Emerald. Managed to catch, and best of all is a male, and now Flygon resides in Bank. Nice, Adam. That's pretty impressive. I haven't ever gotten any full odds shinies before, and that's kind of part of the fun of this hunt will be to be like my first full odds shiny. Not to be a newer player, but Team Skull. Team Skull is pretty great though. Team Skull is pretty awesome, I will admit. Shiny Charmander on Pokemon Y in one encounter. Nice, Curse. That's pretty impressive. Kyogre is better than Groudon, but Groudon has better moves like Solar Beam. Yeah, again, like I've always said, I don't really care about the moves as much. And yeah, Kyogre is my favorite of them. And guys, just while I am doing this, I am going to plug the Discord one time for the night. And just point out that for anyone who's new to the streams, I do have a Discord that you know, is free for anyone who is in these chats to join and talk with after the streams. It's where I'll post announcements and stuff about the streams as well. So, like, if you know want to know if I'm streaming that night, or if there's going to be an issue and I'm not going to be able to, I'll post something about it there. So yeah, I'm going to post that in the chat now, guys. So if you want to join it, go ahead and click that link. Team Skull's stupid. Do you see their weird dance thing? Like, that's kind of part of why I like them, actually. It's just how over the top and ridiculous they are. Like, they aren't trying to be serious or anything. It's just kind of, yo, look at us, we're really dumb and kind of incompetent criminals. Now, what? You beat us? You know. I think it's kind of a little bit of a joke played on all the villains in the games up until this point. Random 10's made a 30-second song about you in a stream. It was so cool. Really? That's pretty awesome, actually. It's funny, I actually ran into Jacob Reyes from these streams over there one time. Like, I made a comment, and he was like, whoa, Mindless, you're there? I was like, yeah, because I always watch his streams. It's pretty fun. Shiny Milotic and Shiny Salamence, in your opinions, are the two hardest shiny Pokemon to get in the original Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. I would have to agree. There was a reason that I hunted for them in the newer games, because it was easier. Which I know is like a thing that a lot of people don't like, but yeah. I wanted the shinies, and I hunted for them in games that I didn't feel like I would have given up in. A-Drive is the best Poketuber for me, and I am second. Alright, I mean, hey, second's still pretty good out of all of you two. Mudkip is your favorite Hoenn starter, and you never evolve it until level 46, where it learns Hydro Pump. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, Mudkip was probably my favorite when I started playing, but I quickly switched to Treecko after I had terrible times dealing with Maze Grovyle. Your first shiny was a Pidgey. Nice, next gamer. Maybe we'll run into each other in random 10 stream. Maybe Grungy. It could happen. I tend to watch him as often as I can. I only caught a little bit of his stream last night, but Yeah, I tried to tune in. I couldn't tune in over the summer most of the time because he'd end them. He'd run them from like 3 to 6 or 3 to 5:30 or something, and I'd get off work at 5 and have to drive like 45 minutes home. So I'd only be able to catch like the last 10 minutes of it if I got lucky. The W Gaming, welcome to the stream. What was my first shiny Pokemon? Yours was a shiny Tentacool. My first shiny was a Ditto that I SOS chained for on Mount Pokalani in Sun. The W Gaming, thank you for the sub. Yeah, so basically, I wanted a shiny Rowlet, and I wanted to breed for it because I wasn't going to sit there and soft reset through the cutscenes. So I wanted a shiny Rowlet, and I said, I guess if I have a shiny parent, then maybe I'll be able to get a Rowlet. And obviously I couldn't have a shiny Decidueye because I would need a shiny Rowlet in order to defeat the purpose of increasing the odds anyway. So I went out and I hunted for a Ditto, did all the research on how to properly SOS chain for Ditto, didn't do any research on how to breed for shinies, caught the Ditto, and then looked up that, oh yeah, that doesn't actually increase the odds. Here's Masuda methoding. So that was kind of a facepalm night, but I still ended up with a shiny Ditto at the end of the day, and I eventually caught shiny Rowlet, so it was all good. Why is my icon S Sunday? Oh, I guess you're talking to him. Okay, I was wondering how you're talking about him. I'm like, it's not my icon. You like shiny Mega Swampert, you used to love Sceptile, and it was the reason you bought Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, but it hasn't got a good moveset. Fair enough now. Yeah, if I wanted to play like actual competitive Pokemon and get good movesets, it would be a very different story in terms of oh, sorry guys. It would be a very different story in terms of what Pokemon I chose. Shiny Tentacool is pretty cool. It is, yeah. You wonder if it is possible to find a shiny Zigzagoon and Treecko, Torchic, and Mudkip at the same time. You wouldn't be able to tell with Torchic and Mudkip, but yeah, you could technically find a shiny Treecko and then a shiny Zigzagoon in the same encounter. I'm gonna get it at 7190. We'll see, Ace Trainer. We got 2 more to go. Milk Tank, use Milk Drink, use Body Slam. Your soul failed. Rip. 7191. We'll see, Filippo. I'm gonna get it soon. Hopefully, Hawkfish Hockey. We're going for about 10 more encounters. We're going to 7200, so we will see if we can get one tonight. That would be ideal. You were 13 in 2003 when Ruby and Sapphire were released, and you weren't aware of genders. You had no idea until you defeated the Pokemon League that your Swampert was female. Your first shiny was a Beautifly. Nice, Adam. Yeah, first Pokemon game I played was Fire Red when I was like 8, and yeah, it was interesting with little Ian not understanding typing, wondering why his team that consisted of a level 60 Blastoise and level 55 Zapdos, and then level 2 Caterpies, or not Caterpies, but Weedles, Rattatas, and Pidgeys, was getting destroyed by the Ice types in the Elite Four. That was the point where I put down the game because I just got too frustrated. Because why isn't my team right now the exact way it is working? Alright, see you later, Crunchy Games. Glad you're able to tune in for most of the stream. What do I think about Dusk Lycanroc? I'm disappointed that it's an event Pokemon. Aside from that, it's okay. If I get both Treecko and Zigzagoon shiny, that means he'll have two shiny frames, so hunting with shiny frames would be twice as easy. It would, Oscar. It would actually be a really good thing if we could get both at the same time. But no matter what, it'd still be pretty cool. Even if that wasn't the case, it'd just be kind of funny to be like, hey, I got my shiny, and then the game had its shiny. Our shiny Pikipek's nature is lonely. And it's so lonely in his box, and he is named Woody. Is it a good name? It's a pretty good name. Every time you fight a gym leader on Pokemon Soul Silver, and they give their last Pokemon a healing item, you get instantly triggered. That's why you just gotta overlevel so you can one-hit KO all of them, and they never have a chance to do that. You like all the Hoenn starters, but you usually choose Torchic because there isn't many fire types in Emerald. Fair enough. I like all the starters as well, but I tend to choose either Mudkip or Treecko depending on how I'm feeling that day. Because personally, I've never chosen a fire starter as my actual initial starter, the one I intend to play a whole playthrough with. Just because I always choose things based on aesthetic, and personally, green and blue are colors I prefer over red. You only catch male Pokemon, and the only time you catch females if they are female only or have gender differences like Pheasant, Jellicent, and Pyroar. I used to do that, but eventually I just kind of felt like that was a little bit excessive in terms of keeping everything the same. Instead, I stick with they all caught by me. Obviously, that's kind of part of catching them. And all caught in Pokeballs. Everything from like low-level like rats and birds you run into in the first routes, all the way up to the Legendaries. I will just stock up on Pokeballs and go after Legendaries, specifically to make sure I catch them in a regular Pokeball. Why is Zapdos main attack in Fire Red Drill Peck? Shouldn't it be Thunderbolt? I don't know. Was Newing and Nuzlocke lost 3 Pokemon to Whitney's Miltank? Oh no, Jacob, that stinks. What happens when the Zigzagoon is shiny before Treecko? So Curse, that will just mean that we keep resetting. There's nothing you can do about that Zigzagoon aside from KO it. So what we'll end up doing is resetting it, and I'll probably check what the timing was, because with Emerald the RNG is broken in a way that I can make that shiny Zigzagoon make us a shiny Treecko. Basically, I can make the Treecko shiny if I know that Zigzagoon can be shiny. You love all the starters, and it's difficult to choose the starters. The gens 1, 3, 4, 6, and 7. You love Rowlet, but it's so overrated. Fair enough. Like, I get that, for sure. Rowlet is definitely the fan favorite this time around. But personally, I am one of those fans this time. Normally, I'm fairly unique in like what were my favorites, but yeah, no, this time Rowlet was far and beyond my favorite. Alolan forms are so unnecessary, and you so badly want to see remakes of Diamond and Pearl, as Sinnoh is just awesome. Adam, I think we're going to see remakes of Sinnoh in Gen 8. Like, I think they're going to start doing remakes every other gen, basically, because otherwise you're going to end up in a situation where, like, you're getting remakes of games that are 2 gens behind something, which seems okay, until you start thinking about, like, Gen 13 and 15, or, you know, 17 and 19, or something like that. Like, it would get to the point where it doesn't feel like the remake is necessary anymore. So I feel like we're going to start seeing remakes every 2 gens, basically. If I get a Golden Leaf in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver and transfer it to another game, what happens? It will start have it, or Gold Leaves. I don't know if you can transfer stuff like that. They may stay in the data for like, if you transfer to newer games, I think all the newer games are designed to like handle things in the older game. I don't know though. You think you're going to shiny hunt? Thank you for inspiring me. You're welcome, Jacob. I'm glad to hear I inspired you. And guys, we have 2 more encounters tonight. Here is 7199, and then we will do encounter 7200. Your favorite is Primarina. You chose Litten because it was cute and it was perfect nature adamant, but you regret it. I mean, it was still a good Litten. Alright guys, here's our last Treecko encounter for the night, guys. Let's hope it's shiny. What time is it in my country? For you, it is 1:15 a.m. For me, it is 7:15 p.m. So I am on the east coast of the U.S. Gen 5 gets a lot of negativity, and it's good. You also feel that Gen 4 remakes will be in Gen 7 on 3DS, meaning it'll be the first time 2 remakes have been on the same console. I don't think they're happening. I think all of the resources for Game Freak are going towards making the Switch game now. So they're not going to be remaking a map for for the Gen 7 engine. But 7200 wasn't shiny, guys, so I'm going to start wrapping up the stream here after I finish, like, commenting on this. But yeah, like, I feel like the fact that it'd be the first time 2 remakes have been on the same console, I don't think the same console thing's as much of a deal as it is, like, you can still play Gen 4 fairly well on a 3DS. Like, I don't know. Personally, I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to be Gen 8. But yeah, so 7200 wasn't shiny, guys. We're going to finish up and wrap up this stream with our normal honorary single encounter of another Pokemon. This time, I believe it's Torchic. So we're going to do a Torchic here. Check the random if I get time. I will, Sharon. I will make sure to. And I just want to wrap up the stream saying thank you to everyone who tuned into the stream and you know, liked it, subscribed to it, everyone who's in the chat. It means a lot. Dennis, TXO, thank you for the sub right at the last minute as I'm talking about it. But yeah, so thank you guys for everyone who subs. It means a lot. And when you guys like the video, it tends to promote it more, and YouTube brings more people into the stream, makes the whole community bigger, which is always great. So guys, without further ado, we will see if this Torchic is shiny. And it isn't shiny, guys, so thank you again for everyone that tuned in, and I will see you all next time.